Discretion is advised. So Mama Black.
This program contains language and sequences some viewers may find disturbing.
An investigation has been launched into a murder that happened this morning. Police say the fatal shooting happened at the intersection of Fidelity Drive and 5th Street. That is where we find CBS North Carolina's Kelly Kennedy, who joins us now live with the latest. Kelly?
Durham police say right now they're on the lookout for whoever shot and killed a man right here at this intersection. Authorities say the shooting happened at around 8:40 this morning. We've learned from police that responding officers found a man lying in the street with a gunshot wound. He was taken to a local hospital where he died shortly after. We spoke with Davis Ellis, who lives just a few houses away from where the murder happened. The resident tells me he heard 3 gunshots and saw the victim laying in the street, and he was hoping the man was going to make it.
And I stepped out in the street, walked out in the street and looked down the street, and I seen a lady holding the man's head with a blanket over him, telling him to hold on, stay with me, don't leave me like that. And I seen his hand move, so I said, well, he's gonna be all right.
Ellis says he's used to hearing a lot of gunfire in his neighborhood, but he's hoping to see that change. Right now we're working to learn who the victim was. Police are still investigating this incident, so if you have any information, contact the Durham Police Department.
Breaking news, nigga. Some breaking news.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. That's racist.
In Lucas County, a Sunday morning brawl is now under investigation. This all happened at the Waffle House on Dillerville Road around 3 o'clock in the morning. Manheim Township Police say charges of disorderly conduct are pending against some of the people seen here in this video.
She said they let him go, you know. I said, you know. Yeah, they let him go. He'll be out first thing in the morning.
Richard Jones' father, Fred, getting the news his boy was finally free.
I didn't even know what he looked like anymore, you know, because he was so young when he went in there. I didn't know what he looked like.
But nearly 20 years ago, a robbery victim and an eyewitness apparently did. No DNA, no fingerprints, no physical evidence, just testimony. Enough to get a conviction and a sentence of 19 years.
I don't think it's something that you wrap your mind around because it's like, it's surreal. It's hard to believe that you're actually going through that.
Maybe harder to believe these inmate pictures. Take a look. 2 different men with barely a difference in appearance. They even share the same first name. This part of key evidence brought forward by the Midwest Innocence Project, presented to a Johnson County judge who ordered Jones' release.
It doesn't get the type of attention that it should get because it's purely injustice. And that's not right. We're supposed to be able to depend on our justice system.
With no support from the courts, Jones says he had to find it somewhere.
Believing in God and praying, that's like, it kept me strong. You know, I had my days, but it was pretty much just praying and having a support system. So that's the only way I got through it.
His support system in full effect this weekend. Dad, brothers, sister, and friends hanging out, basking in freedom.
This actually brought our family closer together, you know, and that's what family does, you know, in times of tragedy and things of that nature. They come together.
I think he's going to take the negative, and turn it into something positive. I think he will.
Everything that happened, there's nothing I can do to change it. I move forward and I look forward to the future and what's going on with me now. And I just feel like this is giving me a platform to speak for people who can't speak for themselves.
We are learning disturbing new details today in the murder of 12-year-old Alexis Stubbs. The man she considered her stepfather was in court today accused of killing the young girl. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Gallardo was there.
A 12-year-old girl's last pleas captured on voicemail.
The victim was screaming and begging for her life, saying, quote, "Please, Daddy, don't."
Reading the proffer after bond court today, the assistant district attorney said 31-year-old John Singleton called Alexis Stubbs' mother multiple times in the minutes before stabbing and beating the girl to death inside her apartment Sunday night.
It's just tearing her apart. I mean, she was looking forward to graduation in the years to come and things that they wanted to do, things they wanted to do the weekend, but they just had a bond, and that bond has been broken.
Singleton is said to have killed Stubbs in a rage after her mother told him he had to vacate her North Side apartment. He'd been staying there since being released from a halfway house a few days earlier. on parole after spending 3 years in custody for attempting to strangle her back in 2014. Initially escaping police following the murder, prosecutors say Singleton sent Stubbs' mother a series of taunting text messages.
The defendant stated, amongst other things, quote, "See what you made me do, from not appreciate me like you should have done in the first place."
Singleton was found by police hiding inside a porta potty. Following his arrest, he attacked one of the detectives who had been questioning him and is now charged with aggravated battery of a police officer in addition to kidnapping and murder. The judge ordered Singleton held without bond and remanded him to Cermak Hospital for evaluation. The public defender saying in court he has a history of mental illness and suicidal thoughts.
A man admitted that he was trying to create a bomb in his home. Dauphin County probation officers were serving a warrant on Shahi Thomas when they found a .22 caliber rifle, body armor, and ammunition. The ATF was called in to remove the bomb-making materials from the home. Thomas is charged with possession of explosive materials.
At 11, a Columbia family thankful tonight after police make an arrest in a 2-month-old murder investigation. 23-year-old Bouvier Sales behind bars tonight, charged with killing a man after breaking into his home this past April. The victim in the case, 43-year-old Marlon Terrell Butler. Our Mike DeSuma spoke with members of his family this afternoon.
It's really, really bad when it hits your family, and it's just devastating our family.
Marlon Butler's mother could not hold back the tears. All as Columbia police revealed the name of the man charged with killing her son.
As of June 12th, which was yesterday, investigators arrested and charged Bouvier Sales. He's been charged with murder.
Investigators believe it was a cold-blooded murder. Sales is accused of shooting Butler multiple times in April. A crime that police say unfolded after the victim walked in on Sales while he was in the process of burglarizing his Candwin Court home. Butler's son was with him at the time, but was able to get away as the shots rang out.
Whoever was in there, just start shooting at him. It's so sad a good person gone like that.
Deborah Pringle was one of Butler's neighbors who says she watched him grow up.
I mean, he was just a popular, nice, all-around guy. It's nothing that I know that I could say negative about him.
This case was very challenging. The most important thing was attempting to find people who would be willing to talk to us about what happened, as well as linking any of the evidence that was obtained from the residents.
In the end, police say it was DNA evidence found at the crime scene that brought Sales in. Members of Butler's family say they'll now look ahead to his day in court.
Closure can start. That's what we felt about. We wanted it, and we got it, and we're just hoping it starts from here and go forward.
Again, that was our Mike DeSuma reporting. Now, according that is to the Columbia Police Department, Bouvier Sales is currently being held at the Lexington County Detention Center because he was already facing an unrelated charge for domestic violence and another charge for disobedience to police. He eventually, though, will be moved to a Richland County jail to face this.
Found that man wanted for smashing the windshield. You can see him jumping on the hood of that moving car and after a few kicks, darting off. Reporter Joe Henke spoke with the driver today who says thankfully she's okay physically, but she hopes police are able to find that man.
The driver asked we only identify her by her first name of Kristen. She tells me she spends a lot of time driving for work, so her husband installed a camera on her car's dash to help with insurance claims or investigations in case she's ever in an accident. Now police are using her video to find the man she says broke her windshield.
The video appears to show a crime play out for no reason.
I ain't never really seen it, just, randomly somebody just run and jump up and bam, 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 and then run away from you like that, for no reason at all.
The driver, Kristen, is shown leaving the Kroger gas station in East Atlanta on Moreland Avenue Monday around 1:30. She pulls up to the intersection of Moreland and Vickers, and then a man jumps on her car's hood. After 2 quick stops, her windshield shatters, he runs off, and she drives away. She told police she drove off to get away from the man.
Honestly, it's wrong. Honestly, I hope they do find the guy. But come on now, why would we do something like that to somebody?
An Atlanta police report shows Kristen then called 911 and handed over a copy of the video she recorded to an officer at a nearby police precinct. In an email to 11 Alive, she wrote, "I am all right, and that's the most important thing, especially when you consider what his intentions could have been." I ask everyone to watch the video and please reach out to the APD if you know this man or have any leads. People who pass this intersection daily are having a hard time understanding why it happened.
Well, it's kind of strange seeing somebody, just run out of nowhere without cause.
I mean, it's crazy that it happened, but I don't know. Dude probably had that bad day that day and just felt like taking it out on somebody, but still, why do that to somebody's car?
Kristen tells me she's thankful for everyone sharing this video online. Police are asking anyone with information to call Crime Stop.
And as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Also follow us on the usual media for more and interesting information like this.